They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2 big catches. You just miss Schuster's. He gets some good plays.
Out of the gun. And he powers his way up.
Defense has been playing pretty stout so far.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll lead
to
the 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
If anybody's actually
we haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Keep playing the single high safety, man. It's really letting me work them.
Here we go. 190. 190. Ohio. Ohio.
I love doing this.
Flex round. Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Compton. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's brought down.
I mean, literally, if you just wait long enough and have the pass
Give him
protection,
30 yards there.
you're going to make that play.
Quarter,
That probably had B.
Avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax, you know. We talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
It's good to have completions. How you're going to stack the box like that? They're asking for it, man. They really are. Oh, we got to snap it. Running. Go.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Quick feet.
A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally,
I'm going to try to be
creases
aggressive.
tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to throw here.
So you get sacks.
And out of bounds
No,
on the other
Madden.
side of midfield at the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there,
Those
and
who
a
take
Charger
control of the
first
player.
down.
If you're running out route,
stops.
it's likely you're getting
He's probably beat on that anyway.
near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Green 39. Green 39.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. No
Not
gain
that
on
way.
the play there, second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going underneath for Gordon.
Nowhere.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first
Punt
down.
that ball, baby.
Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Flex round. Flex round.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Compton on the left side. Gallup's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Flex round. Flex round.
On 1st down, Compton. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught at the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Compton into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hurry up. Here we go.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. 319. 319.
They'll throw now on the final play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching
I guess
the
it's
NFL,
kind of retribution.
and it's on EA Sports.
It's
And a pretty good return
good
here.
juke,
He'll
man.
be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would
tearing
call
them
a
up out of this
put-away
formation.
drive.
I haven't had to
As
really
they
dig into
score here,
anything else
especially a
yet.
touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st and 10, Compton. Got his man there complete to
Working,
Gallup.
man.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I mean, he's open all day. I have to do it.
Finding room inside the 40. And
You know
down
Zeke's gonna
around
get
the
his.
37. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Compton. His throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a first down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a gain.
Ohio. Ohio.
Back to throw again. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now.
Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
Looking to throw. Compton eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
Operating from the gun. Compton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion
That's a good drive.
felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Yeet.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense
put a 5-man in front
to
of
put
his
something
face
on the
all
board,
game.
get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16.
Why would they be running?
Half, you're really
Why are you
more
running?
8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow the defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts.
That's fine.
Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Pretty move. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the screen.
On first down, Compton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Flex round. Flex round. They gonna need some therapy. Ohio.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Compton throwing the out route and complete. It's James. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Back to throw. Compton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On fourth down, Compton. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing on first down. Compton is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
To throw again. Compton. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth.
5 wide here.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Check 52 to the right! Check 52 to the right! You must be getting tired of seeing me. Flex round! Flex round! Check it, boss. Check the call, check the call. Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun, Compton. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
Big,
and all the way inside
big
the
man,
15 before they drop it. They give him 27
That didn't
yards
work.
on the third down conversion. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the
Can I get some
26-yard
fucking
line.
blocking
If
here?
nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on 2nd down, Compton. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Ohio! Ohio!
From the gun on 3rd down, Compton. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game,
found a new
number
weapon.
8 on the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And the Chargers coming out on the
Now he
field
brings it
now.
down.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game.
I like
You
this
name
camera. I
it,
know
from
some
route
people don't
running
like
to
it.
catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This is Gordon on the dump off. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the
not have
release,
any
and they
sacks.
did force the incomplete pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They're going to look to throw. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And that's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal, 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Gordon can't break through against this defensive line. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already the 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's Elliott, complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. This is Elliott. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, Compton. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. An even 90 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Good stuff. Let's see these numbers.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Juju's just a touchdown machine, man. All right, we'll go.